ladies and gentlemen, when you become a product of the product, you're going to talk differently. You are. You know, and anytime I'm talking to a distributor, I can always tell what products they're using. Because the ones that they're using is the ones that they talk about the most. Okay? And so as a business owner, you know, you want to really experience all your products. Because you want to have your own personal story. You may not be able to have it immediately because you're waiting maybe for your product to come. And so you can always use someone else's story, but it's nothing like having your own. Okay? It's nothing like having your own. So you're brand new tonight, you just got started. Some of you came up to this table and you purchased product. You know, don't wait, you know, to get your tea or go home and brew your tea. You know, make sure in the morning when you wake up, you take your NutriBurst. You know, you wait, you know, try to figure out, okay, so let me see how I'm going to feel. You know, you want to get your story right away. All right? So that's very, very important. You want to be a product of the product. And so the very next thing, guys, that you want to do is you want to make sure that you set yourself on the proper auto ship. Okay, proper. What does that really mean? You know, it's different for everybody. An auto ship for me, you know, it's several $1,000s. Why? Because I want to already have what I need, because I am already talking into my business some big network. I'm talking into my business someone who's ready to do something big. You know, I'm always saying God put people in my way with power and influence to help me. So I'm telling the universe, I'm ready. Okay, I'm ready. So I reinvest back into my business every single month. Now, I'm not saying that I had to build up to that, right? Because when Erwin and I first got started, we really didn't have $1,500. But when he talked about go sell something, that's what we did. We sold something, you know, and boy, am I glad we did. Okay, so the proper auto ship, guys, that is, you know, is it 40 points? Which is 4 packs, you know, or it's a NutriBurst, or it's an NRG, right? Or it's a Stripe Up, or a Love. You know, what is that? You know, or is the proper auto ship for you 80 points? So it's going to be 2 of maybe these items. You know, a Stripe, a 6-pack of Stripe, or a 6-pack of Love. You know, can you move, ladies and gentlemen, 2 bottles of NRG in a month? Yes. Absolutely. You know, can you move 8 packs of tea in a month? Right? So if you can, that's 80 points. Right? Or is a proper auto ship for you 120 points? Well, that's a NutriBurst, right? That's an NRG, right? And it may be a 4-pack. You know? Right? Or it may be a Love. So 120. Can you do that in a month? Think about that for a minute. You know, if you're launching your business and you're talking to somebody, and so you're telling them about this energy supplement, you're telling them how they can have all this incredible energy, you're telling them how you have something that's a fat burner and an appetite suppressant, and they're saying, okay, I want it. Before my mother started using the tea, guys, she was taking HCG shots. Shots. How many people do you know have been doing all kinds of different things with no results? Right? So think about that. You know, the proper auto ship, guys, why are you sitting on 40 points? I mean, really. You know why? Because either you don't believe or you don't understand. Okay? And so, you know, here as quick as you can, go ahead and do 120. $120, right? You can have a 6-pack of Strike Up and you can sell those for $15 for one. They go all day, every day. Can you notice I didn't have Strike, I had Love, right? Because it's a hot seller. You know, so make sure you're on the proper auto ship. You guys got that? Imagine this. If you say you got started. Let's say you're just getting started. Let's say you have 8, 10 people in your organization. And all 10 of them are on 120 in volume. Multiply that 120 times 10. How much volume every month is going through your organization?
1,200.
Guys, and it's not about, oh, they just want to get me on a bigger auto ship so they can make money. No, everybody in the organization wins. Not only that, you're prepared. When you ask the $1 million question, and they tell you, I'm looking for Shannon Adams, guess what? She was looking for energy. I post on my Facebook page saying, man, the energy that I'm having these days is absolutely mind-blowing. And she inboxed me, ding, and she said, tell me about this energy. She didn't come for the tea. She came to my house, bought the NRG, and I talked to her about a detox, so she picked up a 4-pack, and Shannon is a brand new regional director in my business. It was the energy she was looking for, okay? So when you ask that $1 million question, if you are running 120 points, so you got 3 different products, now you've got something. But guys, think about that. You just had 3 products. 3. NRG, a NutriBurst, and a pack of Strike Up. Do you really have enough for business? No. Right? So proper auto ship, right? So you want to make sure that you do that. And then the last thing here is your why. Why are you doing the business? What is it? What is it that's driving you? What is it going to make you stay here till 9 o'clock at night or 9:30? What is your reason that you've driven? I know Atlanta is just like Houston. It's all different kinds of counties, and you're not even in this county. So why? What is it? Is it your child? Somebody said that, Larissa said, 27-year-old Bonita Lee got started in the business. Guys, she is a global director. Do you know that when she was in Houston, she talked about having to go and get a job, that her husband was carrying the entire load. When she got her first check, she said she didn't even want it to be in a check. She went and cashed it and put it in a shoebox and gave the cash to her husband and said, babe, here, several thousands of dollars. Here's my contribution for what you've been doing, right? And then her kids here lately, she took her babies to Disney World. That's her why. What is your reason? Why are you doing the business? Who is it that you want to help? If you won't do it for yourself, do it for somebody you love. And you got to get in tune with that. That's going to be so important. Because if you don't, it's nothing I can say, Erwin can say, Flowers can say, Larissa can say, Stormy can say, anybody that comes can say that's going to really have you to go out and do it in a big way. You have to have your own reason, your own why. And you know what? For Erwin and I, for me, I had one more run in me because I didn't want to end at where I was. I didn't want to end right there. I knew I was way better than that. Let it end, full of debt, let it end, in a struggle, let it end. And sometimes, guys, we do good, but we don't do good with the seed. And when you don't respect money, money leaves you.
Yes.
Okay? And Erwin and I had earned quite a bit of money, and we didn't respect it. We didn't. We held on to it. And I told myself, well, at least I held on to mine way longer than some other people. But who are you in competition with? But yourself. So, my prayer was, God, if you let us win one more time, we're going to do it different. Right. We're going to be different. We're going to be better stewards. And so, and so that's where we are. So, I know all of us, we all have a flashing neon sign on our chest saying, say something good to me, make me feel special. I know I got what it takes. I know that I can win. And so you got to understand what your why is, okay? Why are you doing the business? And then you want to move into, ladies and gentlemen, as you have your why, I have my calendar in my purse. I take it everywhere I go. There's a reward in there for $500 if somebody finds it. Because my life is in that calendar. All of my appointments are in there. All my why is in there. On my chart, I chart our success. Every day I look in, to see where we are. And then I chart where we're going. It's so serious, right? It's very, very serious. And so some of you who are not director yet. Who's not a director yet? Okay. So, and I'm not going to ask you to raise your hand, but my question to you is, when is your director date? You should already know. It should just be bam. I already, just like that. You know? Even if it's not, you're not going to hit it. Because you don't have it written down. You're not. And you know what? If you don't have, what it takes to go director, if you don't have your legs of business, it's not going to happen. If you're looking to go executive director, you don't even have the foundation to go executive director. You can't do it by yourself. There's got to be a few legs of business that's going to go with you. Who's brave enough to say, hey, I'm on an executive run? Who's going executive director? Okay, so who can I use for a model? Me. Okay, who's that me? Okay, Flowers. Okay, so here's how you go executive director real quick. So Flowers, the question is, what does it take to go executive? What does it take?
5,000.
What does it take?
5,000 points on each side.
Okay, 5,000 on each side. So now, the question that I want her to have in her calendar, as she looks at last week, how many points did she have on her left, and how many points did you have on your right? Okay?
You want to answer?
Yes.
I had 25 on one side and
2,500? Okay, 2,500.
I think like maybe 17 on the other.
Okay, so 1,700. All right? That's what she had last week. So that's what she has to be looking at, because every week it should be growing.
Right.
So now, who in your business is working? How many, not names, but just how many legs of business do you have working?
3.
3 legs of business. Okay, last week, leg number 1 had how much in volume?
I don't know.
Okay, leg number 2 had how much in volume? Last week.
She did about 15.
1,500? Okay, leg number 3 had how much in volume?
She did about 1,000.
1,000, okay. Leg number 1 is on what side? Your right or your left?
My left.
Leg number 2 is on what side?
My left.
Leg number 3 is on what side?
My right.
Okay, so I'm gonna pick on her for a moment. You gotta know your number to hit your number.
Exactly.
Okay? So if she's going executive director, what Flowers has to do is look at her legs of business and know what she has, so she'll know what she needs. Right? So your assignment is to look at leg number 1 and see how much volume it has. Okay? And then leg number 1 and number 2 represented this 2,500. So leg number 1 may have had 1,000. Okay? So that's on the left. This leg on the right had 1,000, and then there was some spillover coming from somewhere else that made up this 1,700. Do you have any carryover?
Yes.
Okay?
Well, last week I had 960 something on my right. And I don't remember what was on the
Okay, you shouldn't have had anything on the other side because you should have paid you. So here's the thing, guys. Let's just use this example. 960 plus 1,700 is what? 26? Huh? 2660. Okay. And 2,500. So she needs 5,000. How much short is she? What's 5,000 from 26?
2340.
So she's 2,400 short on the right. And how short is she over here?
25.
2,500, right? So now, what Flowers has to do is Flowers needs to make personal phone calls to number 1, number 2, and number 3. And she needs to be having a conversation with them saying, let me ask you a question. What's your goal for this week? Okay? And if their goal is to hit director, then she needs to lay out a game plan for that to happen. She needs to do some lunch calls with them. She needs to have a conversation. What is it? Why are you doing the business? Tell me how much income you want to earn. When is your tea party? For those 3 legs of business, Flowers should only be focusing on these 3 people. And in her calendar, she should have tea parties set for number 1, number 2, and number 3. Okay? And she's helping these individuals go director, or she's helping them even go executive director. She's asking them, who are your resources? You know, who are your, you know, your forecheckers? Who are your people that are business people, business minded? You know, she needs to be giving them assignments. We need you to be asking the $1 million question at least 10 times a day. Okay? And she needs to answer, hey, are you in or are you out? Because we are running. I'm going to get you to director, or I'm going to get you to executive director. That's my commitment, because that's what you told me you wanted to do. Okay? And that's how you get to executive director. You can't, and the same way with director, you can't just throw it up there and expect something to stick. It's business, and it's strategy, and it's mastermind, and it's game planning. Okay? And then you're honing in, because guess what? Everybody else can take flowers all over the place. But they don't really have earned her major time yet, because they're not on the leaderboard. Okay?
Wow.
They're not on the leaderboard. And when you go and look at your personal performance, has anybody been back there to look at that?
Yeah.
Okay, personal performance, they're going to have people that's blowing your phone up. They don't even have an auto shoot. They're not even active. And when they call you and say, Twila, such and such, I'm saying, hey, listen, go get active. I need you to go place an order and get active. Then I can help you earn some money. Because how many people go and all of a sudden somebody just sign up in their business, it's a $300 pack, they just made $150, and now they don't get it because they're not active. Okay? So you have to lay out a strategy. People ask all the time, how do I get to executive? This is how you get there. Okay? This is how you get there. Right? So all of this entails, you know, their why and finding out, because I can tell, hey, here's what I need you to do. I need you to set up some lunch calls. I need you to do this, do that. She's not doing all that because that's my dream for her. But when I ask her, hey, do you have kids?
Yes.
How many you have? Boy or girl? Boy, how old is he? He's 6. Okay. What school is he in school?
I want him to go to a language learning school. That's why I'm looking so for him.
Okay. How does it cost for that? $900 a month. Okay. How close are you to that? You're
I
pretty
want
close.
it $500
Okay. All right. Awesome. So here's what we need to do.
but I want to pay a year.
You want to pay it by the year. All right. Awesome. Do you work full time? Okay. What do you do? Okay. All right. So what's your goal for TLC? How much income do you want to earn?
A month?
Let's see about the
At least.
realistically, based on the time you have, how much money do you want to earn?
3,000.
3,000 a week. Okay. How much time can you put into earning that 3,000 a week?
A lot of money.
No, I mean,
Like
like
right now, 5 hours.
5 hours a day, or 5 hours a week?
5 hours a week.
5 hours a week. Okay. So let me ask you this: have you ever earned $3,000 a week before?
No.
Okay. So now it takes a lot of work on my behalf to help you earn $3,000 a week. Okay. So I'm going to give you a few assignments to help you to get into to get there. Now on my calendar I have something open. I have, today is Tuesday. I have Wednesday and I have Thursday. I need you to set your tea party, and I need you to go ahead and put this together to 10 to 15, 20 names. I'm going to tell you what to say to them and how to invite. Okay. And so let's go ahead and set that up. What day works for you, Wednesday or Thursday?
Thursday.
Thursday, okay, what time? You want to do 6:30, 7:30? 7:30 on Wednesday. You said Thursday, right? 7:30 on Thursday. I got her in my calendar. She's already told me what the goal is. She's told me how much time. She told me that she wants $3,000, but she also told me she's never done $3,000 in a week before. Sometimes people are going to tell you these lofty goals. They never ever earn that kind of money, and so they want you to come and create a miracle. So sometimes you have to take them back. But I personally believe that she can do $3,000 in a week because we got a crazy compensation plan. And if she invites the right way, with the right quality, we can get her $3,000 coming in a week, even if it takes us 2 to 3 weeks to do it. Right? You see what I'm saying? But see, we don't have no conversation. We don't know what people want. We don't know who their kids are. Everybody loves to talk about their kids. I don't care how old they are. Right? And so you've got to have some dialogue, guys, and you've got to have some conversation, and you've got to build relationships, you know? And now, when we start to build, I can already tell she will do anything in the world for Larissa. Larissa would do anything in the world for her, right? Tab, I know her and Stormy have been, they've been great friends. You know, when I saw something, hey, you still live in North Carolina? You know, I'm like, she drives to Atlanta in the middle of the week. You know, so you build that relationship. And she will go out and do it because of her love and respect for her leader, because she wants the leader to be proud of what she's doing. And you have to believe in people sometimes more than they believe in themselves. You know, I hear Andrea all the time. She said, the way I'm going to make you, she calls Erwin Uncle Erwin. The way I'm going to make you guys proud is go out and go do the work. Go out and go, you know, global. Right? So does that make sense? Okay, so real quick, and I'm going to get out of the way because my husband's going to come and share something with you. Step number 3, step number 2, this is step 1. Step 2 is build a list, which I kind of talked about that in our conversation with her, right? Build a list. Stop saying you don't know nobody. You know everybody. You know, meet people. And I'm the world's worst because I don't really meet strangers the way my husband does. If you look at his phone, he's got about 100 names that says the person named Papados. The person named Papados, because he lives in there meeting people. I'm serious. He does. I mean, I've never met anybody before that will have complete and total strangers to walk with him to his car. I was like, they don't know if you're going to kidnap them. They don't know if you have a van and you're going to push them in there. But they walk with him to his car to buy tea, you know, to get product, you know, to buy a garment. I'm like, who in the world does that? But he believes it so that he does it. And so when he's talking to somebody, he's going to share with you, but he'll say, okay, let me have your number. I'm going to send you, you know, a text message just to remind you. Versus saying, may I get your phone number or whatever. He does it in a way, and people allow him to text them. Well, when he texts them, he's got their number. And 95% of the time, they give him his number. Why? Because he already believes he's going to get it. That's 90% of it right there. The confidence, right? But if you're like, oh, man, please have your phone. You know, you're not going to get it because you don't believe, right? So you want to create your list, ladies and gentlemen. And then the other thing is that you want to do your PS3. Now, I'm going to give you a sizzle call. It's 8 minutes. It's just a really, you know, whet the appetite. I want you to listen to it first, okay? Before you go and share it. Learn to look at things and listen to things first before you start putting your whole group on there. You might even like it. We use it. Our team use it, you know, but listen to it first. And here's the phone number. It's, do me a favor, where's Howard? Text the group and let them know we're supposed to do that call at 10 o'clock. Is it 10?
Yes,
It's almost
it's
10.
on now.
Oh, y'all are on it? Okay. Okay. Can you text the group and let them know we're still in training and we probably need to go last? Okay. PS3, peak interest, show the plan, and do a 3-way. Peak interest, how do you do that? You can peak it through the sizzle call. The number is 641-715-3900, and the PIN code is 74451 and press pound. Okay? That's the sizzle call. It's 24/7. It never ever gets tired. Listen to it on your way home. Okay? So when you meet somebody, just do little things like on your way to work, put 3 people on the sizzle. On your way home, put 3 people on the sizzle. Just begin to expose people. Okay? So when you pique their interest, then you show the plan with the sizzle call, or you can show the plan with an on-demand call. You can show the plan with a with a one-on-one. You can show the plan with a local meeting, whatever. And then you do a 3-way with your upline, or someone in your organization. Sometimes you can even do it with a downline, somebody who's real sharp. You guys can work together as an accountability. Okay? So that's your PS3. All right, and then you want to get dual team qualified right away. Your first 72 hours of making a decision. Get dual team qualified, ladies and gentlemen. Get your 2 people, one on the left and one on the right. Okay? One on the left and one on the right. So that's step 2 with building your list. Step 3, and you get dual team qualified with this as well. But people want to do your tea party. That's another reason you want to. And instead of asking people, when do you want to do your tea party? No. You have your calendar. Listen, Tabitha, I have Wednesday and Thursday. Or I have Friday and Saturday. When you give the buffet, people always choose from the buffet, don't they?
Yeah.
When you go, you choose what's on the buffet, right? When you tell them what you have, they're going to choose from what you have. If for some reason they can't, they're going to tell you. But they always come to a date close to that. But when you say, when do you want to do your tea party? Oh, May the 15th. What? 15, 19 days away? No. And don't just be weekend warriors. People will do things on the weekday. Just as we're here on the weekday. We do Bible study during the weekday. We go to teacher meeting during the weekday. We go to choir rehearsal during the weekday. Right? So book your party. It's simple. Simple, simple, simple. Right? You don't have to do what these guys did tonight. I mean, it was awesome. Right? But when you book your tea party, you want to keep it simple. You have your tea for tasting. You have your NutriVerse for tasting. And if you choose, you can do like a little pound cake, slice it up. You've got some coffee to go with that. That's it. Or you could do, a little fruit or something like that. But you want to keep it very simple.
No
So,
craft.
yeah, no, it's got to be duplicatable. Like, because if you do all that big moderation, now people are saying, I got to go wait till I get paid to do this kind of stuff, and I got to wait till I'm off, or I got to wait till the weekend. So now when we do things with our team and we do, some type of celebratory thing, then we will do something big. But when it's your regular meeting, simple. The simpler it is, the better, okay? So that's how you obviously get dual team qualified that way. And then the last thing I'm going to talk to you about is your get paid step, which is step number 3. That's when you book your grand opening, your tea party, you do your lifelines. Don't bring people into the business without introducing them to somebody. You need to introduce your brand new person to at least 2 people, okay? Because what if you fall out of the business? And when you fall out of the business, your person is out there in the deep. They have not met anybody. And when you teach that, that's the culture that's going to be in your organization. So every single time you bring somebody in, guess what? You introduce them to 2 or 3 people above you and let them meet those people, right? Because when you bring someone in, they're going to introduce their people to you. Because what if you bring me into the business and I get mad and I fall out, and I haven't introduced you to Tab or this sweet lady right here. Now you don't even know who these people are. But if I have introduced them to you, right, you've met them and I fall out, guess what? You still have a relationship with those people. So you teach that throughout your business, and that becomes the culture of your organization. Okay? It becomes the culture of your organization. So step 3 is your get paid step. If you open up your calendar right now and there is nothing in your calendar, you are not going to earn any money. You will not. You will not earn any money, because that's where the money is earned, in your calendar, okay? So you can always tell what your check is going to be like that week when you look at your calendar. If you don't have a calendar, go get an 8x11 calendar. Not in your phone, at a glance. And write in it. Talk to yourself about it. When you open it, everything about what you're going to do is there, okay? That's so important. And so, and then finally, stay till you win. Stay till you win, okay? Plug in, guys. Come to your weekly meetings. Plug into your weekly hangouts. Plug into your weekly team calls. Plug into your leader. Even if, for years, we've been at this for 20 years. For years, our coach and our mentor was from a distance. Never up close and personal. But everything that they put out, I listened, personal self-development was our friend. And, we listened to so many greats that was doing this thing and killing it. And that's how you learn. That's how you become better and good at it. You have your faith plus your skill times your faith. It's game over. It's game over. So if you can't get to your sponsor or get to Coach Stormy or get to your lead or whatever, look at what they're doing from a distance and copy it. Robin duplicated. And that's how you win. So stay plugged into you win. I know I talked much longer than I planned to. My husband always said, you always just talk.
You're better effective, right?